Hey guys, so for today's video I'm going to be doing some character art. I'm going to be doing Lizzie McGuire, like the little cartoon version of her. So to start off, I'm taking Field of Flowers from Ball Pit and painting all of the nails with this. I did do 2 coats of it and I cured each coat for 60 seconds. And then to do the character art, I'm taking the sketching gel from Ball Pit, which is like this jelly brown color, and it is used to sketch out your whatever you're painting. Like if you are doing character art or portraits or something, it just helps you to like get your sketch down and like figure out how your placement is going to be and everything, instead of just going in and kind of like winging it. To give you kind of like an outline, you can also use a pencil and like draw on the nail. I used to do that all the time whenever I was doing something like this, like some character art, or I showed doing this in my Mod Sun nail set that I did. I drew on those nails with pencil to get my outline, so I knew where everything was going to be placed and make sure that everything was like proportioned right and everything. But since Ball Pit came out with this sketching gel, I use this now, and I really like using this. And also, it doesn't show through the colors, which she formulated it specifically so it doesn't show through colors, because before this, like, people would use a black gel polish or like a jelly black, and I mean some people still do that, but the problem with that is sometimes, depending on the colors you're using, especially if you're using lighter colors, like that black can kind of show through or make your colors a little muddy. So the whole purpose of the sketching gel was to be able to do your outlines and not see them through after you go in and paint on top of it. But for this and sketching out like Lizzie here, I am just looking at a reference picture. I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see which one I was referencing. But I'm just looking at that, and I'm kind of like breaking it down and going like one part at a time. So I started with like her face here, and I'm just looking at one little section at a time to see like the proportions and how it needs to be drawn on here. And I just go slow and take my time. This video is sped up quite a bit because I am pretty slow when it comes to painting nails and like doing intricate art like this. I want to say this is sped up like ×3. And it looks like I'm kind of moving in like a normal speed, so that just goes to show you like how slow I actually do go whenever I'm doing this. And when doing the sketch part here, it doesn't have to be like 100% perfect, because you can go in and kind of fix things when you go in and do the color blocking and like all your shading and highlighting and whatever, if you're doing all of that. So it doesn't really have to be 100% perfect, but you do want to get it, you know, pretty close and get it pretty accurate to how you want it to look in the end. That way you're not having to do too much extra work when you do go back in with the color blocking. I personally don't cure anything whenever I'm doing my sketches. Or like flash cure in between. You can, if you want, like if you're more comfortable flash curing in between, that way you're not messing anything up or bumping it or anything. But I personally don't do that because I do struggle with like proportion sizes when it comes to doing stuff like this on nails. So I like to do it all in one go and get the entire outline done first before curing anything. That way, if the proportions are off, I can actually see them before curing it, and then having the proportions be off and it already be cured on, if that makes any sense. That way I'm able to just kind of erase what's messed up and go in and fix it, instead of like having to file it off or like buff it off, because it can be kind of tricky to fix something that's already cured on. Before you cure it, you can just take a cleanup brush and dip that into some alcohol and just like wipe it off and redo it. Whereas if it's cured on, you can either like go over it with your sketching gel or whatever, or you can try and like lightly file it off or buff it off to fix it that way. But like I said, I personally like to just do the entire sketch first, make sure everything is good, and then cure it once I get it done. But if you are more comfortable with doing flash cures in between, then go ahead and do the little flash cures in between. Also, I do just want to apologize real quick because I have been kind of MIA for the last week or two, because I have been sick, and I have felt awful. I did film a couple videos, and I was going to do the voiceover for this. This video was actually supposed to go up last Saturday, but obviously it didn't because I didn't have it done. Because I couldn't do the voiceover because I was like coughing so much, and I did end up kind of losing my voice a little bit. I don't know, you might be able to still hear it a little bit in my voice that I am still kind of like a little bit congested, and my throat is like my vocal cords or whatever are still not like 100% better yet from coughing so much. So yeah, things got a little messed up, and then the video that went up Wednesday, I completely forgot that I had already like edited that and scheduled it to upload on Wednesday. So things just got a little messed up and out of order, and it also pushed back kind of like my Valentine plans. I wanted to do, I think, like 5 or 6 Valentine sets, but because of me getting sick, I think I'm only doing like 3 or 4 Valentine sets. I can't remember. So I'm not able to do as many Valentine sets as I wanted to this year, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. And you know, being sick and just throws things off, and it's like everyone's sick right now, so it's just difficult right now. But I am feeling much better, even though my voice would say otherwise. So I'm back to filming and editing on my usual schedule now, so things can get back to the way that they were before I did get sick. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but after I got this outline done, I did go ahead and cure it for 60 seconds. So now I'm just going in and getting my palette ready. For this first color here, which is going to be her shirt, I'm mixing Garden Hoe and Jolly Jelly from Ball Pit to kind of get like a little bit of a darker pink. Garden Jelly, or not Garden Jelly, oh my gosh. Garden Hoe looks a little more Pepto-Bismol-ish on camera, but in person it is kind of more of like a neon type of pink, and it was a little too bright, so that's why I mixed in Jolly Jelly. For her pants, I'm mixing, I think that was Clear Skies and Butterfly Babe, because they're kind of like a purplish blue type of color. And then this color is for her lips. I'm using Garden Hoe again and mixing in a little bit of brownie batter. I think I also mixed in some of the sketching gel to get it a little bit darker. It still wasn't quite as dark as I wanted it. Like, I thought it was dark enough here on my palette, but then once I put it on the nail, it still wasn't quite as dark as I needed it to be, but I just went with it anyhow. Now I'm laying out Orange Blossom because that was supposed to be for her shoes, but I forgot that I didn't put her shoes on the nails because of the way that I proportioned her. Like, I made her too big for her shoes to be on there, so that's on there for no reason. For her hair, I'm using Sunbeam, and for her skin, I'm using Marshmallow. And then for her eyes, I'm putting out some of the white. And now I'm just going in and doing the color blocking. So I'm starting with her skin tone, and I'm just going in and filling all the spaces where her skin is at. So her stomach, arms, neck, and face are all getting filled in. And then I flash cure that before moving on to the next color. Since her skin is touching like all of the other areas, like her pants, her shirt, her hair, I did all that first and then flash cured it. But then when it came to like her pants and her shirt and her hair, some of it I did do like at the same time. So I think I did her pants and her shirt at the same time. So like I filled in her pants and then I filled in her shirt and then I flash cured it. Just because it made it go a little faster instead of flash curing in between each color. I will, as long as the colors aren't like touching, I will do multiple sections at a time and then flash cure in between. And then once I get all the color blocking done, I do go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds, especially since I had to do a second coat. Anytime that I'm putting more color on top of color, I definitely always cure for a full 60 seconds to make sure everything is completely cured before adding another layer of color on top of it. Like I said, I did have to do a second coat on all of these colors because of that base color. Those little like confetti glitter pieces were kind of showing through on some of the colors. Most specifically the pink, it was really showing through, especially that big black like little glitter confetti piece was really showing through. Even with the second coat, it still was kind of showing through. But because I had to do a second coat on the pink one, I went ahead and did a second coat on all of them because I didn't want it to be uneven. Even though these coats are super thin and spread out, it still does make it uneven because you do have a second layer on top of it, and I didn't want that unevenness. Even though like the top coat in the end, if you do a thick enough top coat, it will even it out, but I didn't want to have to deal with the potential of it not evening out. So I did just go ahead and do a second coat for all of the colors. So I have been talking about wanting to practice and do more character art because that is something that I've always wanted to do with nails. Even like way back when I first started doing nails, I would attempt to do character art sometimes, but it never turned out very well. So I've been really wanting to practice it a lot more and get better at it. So I'm trying to do at least one set a month where I do some character art. So for this month, I started off with Lizzie McGuire. I got inspired by these Crocs that I got. The orange Lizzie McGuire Croc sandals. I got them for Christmas, and I thought that she would be a fairly simple or like fairly easy character to do for like to start off this series. I have done some character art before. I've done Coraline. I did the Disney ones, which don't watch that one because that did not turn out good at all. When I did like the 31 days of Halloween or whatever a couple years ago, I attempted to do Disney characters and they turned out so bad. But I think I've done a couple other character. I can't remember right now, but I know for sure I did Coraline, and I really loved how those turned out. They weren't the best, but they, like you could at least tell that it was Coraline, which is always my thing. I'm like, as long as you can tell what it's supposed to be, like, I'm happy with it. Well, I'm like kind of happy with it, even though I know like I could probably do so much better. So that's why like I want to start doing more character art and like practicing it some more. So I am going to, like I said, attempt to do at least one set each month with some character art. Sometimes I might do more. Like I said, I at least want to do one a month, but if I'm feeling real bold, maybe I'll do 2 or 3 or I don't know, however many in a month. Just because, like I said, I really want to practice and get better at it. I do have an idea already for February. I'm going to do this super cute Valentine set with a certain character, which you'll have to stick around and see that. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see what character I do for February, subscribe so you can see who I do. Also, if you want to see all the rest of the characters that I do for the rest of this year, make sure you subscribe. What was I saying? Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I have an idea for February, and I do have a couple other characters in mind that I would like to do, but I don't have like 12 characters that I want to do, or like themes of character, like certain movies or TV shows or whatever, video games. Like I don't have enough for the entire year. So if anyone has any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments, because I definitely need some ideas. I also want to just practice. It doesn't matter If I know the character or not, just give me some characters and I will look them up on Google and like get some reference pictures and stuff to try and create a set with them. I do want to stick with like cartoon characters for right now, because I am nowhere near able to do portraits on a nail yet. Portraits are so hard just to do on paper, and attempting to do a portrait on a nail, like I don't know how all like Dev and Maddox and all the rest of them are doing all these like intricate like realism portraits on nails. I'm like, that is absolutely insane. Someday I hope to be on that level, but that day is not coming anytime soon. So I do want to stick with like cartoon characters for now. So like I said, if you guys have any suggestions, just leave them down in the comments below, and like I said, I'll look into them and you know, maybe I'll do them. And yeah, I don't know, I'm like losing my train of thought right now. It is so late. I think it's like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm trying to hurry up and get this done because it needs to go out today. But yeah, anyhow, I'm just gonna shut up now and let you guys watch this for a bit before I need to let you know what I'm doing for the next step. Okay, so now I'm taking this matte top coat from Nails by Dev and applying this to the entire nail. I've seen a lot of the girls on Instagram do this. They say it helps to smooth everything out before you go in with your outline. So I wanted to try it out to see if it helped. With the Nails by Dev matte top coat, you do have to wipe off the sticky layer to get the matte effect. And after I wipe that off, I'm going in with the Emo Black liner gel from Ball Pit and going in and doing all of the outlining. And I don't think I mentioned this at all, but I did use a 9mm liner brush for this entire set. I know usually for outlining, a lot of people will use a 12mm, but I felt it was easier to go in with the 9mm for the outlining with this, just because it was kind of like small areas. I like to use like longer brushes for like bigger areas. Like I could have done it for the pants because it was a bit of a longer line, but I didn't want to switch brushes just for that one little section, so I just stuck with the 9mm. And I like to use shorter brushes for like smaller areas or like shorter lines and stuff. Honestly, it really just depends on what you're comfortable with and like you know, what you want to use. So like I said, if you want to use a 12mm like some of the other girls do, then you can use a 12mm. I personally, like I said, it was just easier for me to use this 9mm. Also, I don't really like switching between different sized brushes when I'm doing nail art. I tend to stick with the same brush the entire time, which doing these character portraits and like character art and stuff, I have learned that you can't always use the same size brush for everything. I have been doing some practice like off camera because Ball Pit and Nails by Dev will do like live paint along classes and with their like brand ambassadors and stuff. So I've been doing some of those, and to learn different techniques and stuff, because everyone has their own way of like doing things and they have different tips and tricks. So those have been super helpful when it came to doing this Lizzie McGuire set here. And I definitely took some of the things that they say in those classes and like applied them to what I did here and what I will be doing going forward. But that, like I said, since everyone does kind of like their own thing and has different tips and tricks, some of the stuff that they have said has worked for me and some of it hasn't. So I am still kind of trying to figure out like what works for me and like what's best for me. It also kind of depends on like the character I'm doing. And like I've noticed I don't always do characters like the same way every single time. Like some characters I will do one way and say like to do this and whatever, and then the next character I will do it a different way and say that I like to do it like this. So I think it just kind of depends on like the character and like how much detail there is, and if there's like shading and highlighting and everything. But like I said, it's all kind of just about practice and trying out things and seeing if it works or not. As you could see there, I messed up the outline on the eye and I did wipe it off with some alcohol, and the rest of the outline didn't move. That's because I did flash cure it. When it comes to outlining, I will flash cure every now and then. That way it doesn't get messed up. When it comes to outlining, I definitely need to work a lot on like brush pressure and like how much pressure I'm putting on the brush, because you can see my lines are kind of uneven and they're not the same thickness all the way through on some of the lines. So again, like it's just a lot of practice and like trying different techniques and seeing how other people do things and testing that out to see if it works for you or not. And just kind of figuring out, you know, like what does work for you and like sticking with that. But after I got all of the outline done, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. So grabbing out some more colors. This is Neon Honey from Madam Glam. I do have a discount code with them. I also grabbed out Best Buds, Grape Snow Cone, Mermaid Lagoon, and Ocean Water from Ball Pit to do some of the little designs on the rest of the nails. For the designs on these nails, I did base them off of the little charms that are on the Crocs, because I thought they were super cute and they fit really well with the Lizzie McGuire theme. So I just wanted to add some of those onto the nails. So I started off with the rainbows. I did the purple first, flash cured that. Then I went in with the blue, flash cured that. Then I did, it was green, flash cured that, and then I went in with the pink, flash cured that, and then I did do this on all of the nails. So I went through with the purple on all of the nails. I am only showing one because I felt like it was super repetitive to show me doing this on all of the nails, since I'm basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I did do the purple on all of the nails, flash cure, do the blue on all the nails, flash cure, you know, so on and so forth. And I did that with all of the little designs that I did on the nails. So I also did these blue flowers that I did on all of the nails, went through, did that, flash cured them. Then I went in and did some hearts, flash cured those, and then I did some stars. And after I got the stars on, I did do a full 60-second cure to make sure everything was completely cured, because I was going to go over the flowers and the stars with those glitter polishes. And so after I did that 60-second cure, I did go in with the glitter polishes over the blue flowers and those yellow stars. And once I got the glitter on, I did cure that for a full 60 seconds. So I was originally going to do the Lizzie McGuire logo on the thumb, but then I decided I didn't really want to do all the lettering. I honestly hate doing lettering, especially when it's like a super specific font and it's a very like distinguished font. So I just did the little croc charms on all the nails. I think I did 2 coats on the pink and only the pink, or the hearts, because again, it's that same pink from the shirt, and those little like confetti glitter pieces were showing through. I didn't really have the issue with the rainbow just because it's like super small and like you aren't really like, it's not a whole lot of surface coverage with the stripes on the rainbow. And then for the blue flowers and the stars, I also only did 1 coat of that because I was going over it with glitter anyhow. So I didn't bother with doing a second coat. But after that, I did go in with the matte top coat again and top coated all of the nails. This is what they would look like if you kept them shiny, which would be super cute. But I was really liking how the Lizzie nail looked matte, so I wanted to make all of the nails matte. I also thought about putting shiny top coat on the flowers and stars since they have that glitter on them, but I really liked how they looked matte as well, which is so weird because usually glitter doesn't look that great matte, but I thought that the stars and the flowers looked super cute being matte with the glitter, and you can still see the glitter there. The blue one is kind of hollow, and when hollow glitter is matte, you lose that hollow, but I think it still looked really good and you still got the idea that it was glitter. And this is the finished result. I am super happy with how they came out. I think they came out really well. I'm so glad I'm almost done with this voiceover. I literally just had to sit for like 5 minutes taking a break from doing this voiceover because my throat is hurting so bad and I just had like a really bad cough attack. But anyhow, like I said, I'm super happy with this set and I think it came out really well. Looking at this, the other nails kind of look like Lucky Charms, like marshmallows, and now I kind of want to do a Lucky Charm set. Maybe I'll do that for March. March. That can be like my St. Patrick's Day character nail art. But anyhow, this is what they look like out in the sun, and then in a minute you will see them with the Crocs as well. I felt like I needed to show that. But anyhow, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.